Hi everyone, in this video what I'm going to show you is a demonstration on how to backup and restore the security system roles for an XAF application. So, well, the idea here is that a role is a complex object and it's really difficult to go to all the related properties that you have to create a backup. I mean, it's not something that you can serialize to JSON. I mean, it can be possible because the API, the web API, do something like that. But I wanted to have like a simple solution that doesn't use too much code in general. The shortest approach, as Javier said, is always the better. So, or the best. Okay, so I have this task in the office to make a prototype that is able to back up and restore roles. So here are the parts that I use. First, I was reading this article. Here in somehow they say, okay, if you're going to replicate the database, you can use the SQL Server replication engine. That's something totally different. And well, you know that here in our office in SARI, we have the Sync framework for XPO and Entity framework, but that's a different tool. But if you know how, I mean, the core of that idea, then you can use all that functionality in examples like this. So then they say, okay, if you want to copy a small amount of objects, you can use, they have a clone helper. So if you open this, you will end up in here. So here is the clone helper. This is like this is kind of old in general. I mean, it comes from really old versions. I've seen it since forever. So I got the cloner class from there, and then I got some more things that I need. So basically, the cloner asks you for a session target where you want to save the objects that you're cloning. So I'm creating a new data layer, like using the XPO as practice number 7. And in that data layer, I'm connecting to an SQLite database. And then I clone the role, right? I clone the role to the new target database, which is the SQLite. And then I do the opposite. I clone it from the SQLite to the original database, whatever that is. It can be Postgres. You can export your roles from SQL Server and then import it into an application that is the same application that is running on Postgres, for example. Okay, so let's go to the demo. Where is the studio? Is here. Okay, so there is only like one controller with one class for the backup, and then one POCO object or domain component to show some information on the screen. So it's like kind of a really simple example. So in this application, I commented out the creation of the default user and the default role, because I want to import those from a file, from a SQLite database. So I have the file here somewhere. So let's see. Before I show you the app, here I'm going to load the last backup that I did. So here are the tables that are all the related tables needed to save the role, because role is on not only one table, it's at least all of these tables from here to here. So in here in this backup, if I go to the role table, I see that I have the default role, and then the permissions, and the navigation permissions, and so on and so forth, navigation permission. So that's the structure that you need to save a role or export a role or whatever you want to name it. So let's log in here as admin. And you will see that I only have one user and one role, and I'm going to restore the second role. Right now it's creating the database because I delete everything before I start recording. So let's wait some seconds. And sometimes it's the demo effect. It takes longer to connect while you're recording. Okay, so user just one user, role just one role. So I'm going to go to backups, create a new backup. I should call it backup and restore, something like that. And then load one of the backups that I have. So I will load this one. Save it, and then I'm going to restore roles. Here I need to use a better name for the action. So here is showing me all the roles that are contained in that backup. Maybe I have 5 roles and I just want to restore one. So I'm going to restore this one. And if I go to roles now and refresh, I have the other role with the type permissions, the navigation permissions, and the deny actions. So everything is here. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new backup from this. So if I want to backup roles, I just highlight them in the list and hit backup, and then I will create a temporary database with everything. So here is like backup, default, and admin role. And okay, so if I go here to backups and I refresh, I have this one. And if I hit the restore action, you will see that I have two roles in there, admin and default. So I think it's a really neat tool. I'm super happy that I kind of spent some time doing it because I think it will be really helpful for the company that requested this functionality. So in here there is not much of my code, to be honest. It's just I put together like developer express code and I end up with this really nice functionality. So well, that's basically it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write them below in the comment box from YouTube, and see you in the next one. Bye.